I've just taken delivery of this. This is the Other Arms Bergan British military issue kit. It's about 60 centimetres by 25-ish by 40-ish, something like that. It's 60 litre single pocket pouch. I carried one of these for about 4 years back in the day, and I really like it. Now I know people take the piss, they call it the Combat Handbag, they call it the Turtle Pack and all the rest of it, but I like the shape of it, and I like the big entrance at the top here for getting kit in and out. So I thought, yep, I'm going to get myself another one, or get myself one for my use now, as opposed to because I had to have one. And I'm going to try and make this my go-to kit for the coming year. So if I'm on YouTube, this should be the only kit you see me with. It's not the only kit I'm going to use throughout the year. I've got other bags that I'll use for maybe the odd day trip and that, but I'm going to try and use this one for any time I use YouTube. I've got the side pouches with it. So it comes with the two side pouches either side. So the main compartment here is 60 litres. These are down as 10 litres a piece. So in total, storage space on this is 80 litres. Now that should be enough for any trip I'm going on. Now I've got plans some long walks next year. I'm hoping to do Hadrian's Wall at some point, so that's 84 miles. Take about 5-6 days to do that. As much wild camping as I can do next year, all using this. Day trips, I am actually going to try and just use these. I've got the yoke with these two compartments zip together and then fit onto the webbing, and can be just used as a day pack. So planning to use these as much as possible. So this is going to be my main pack for the year. But what I don't like about it is the colour. I have absolutely no reason whatsoever to go full cam. I'm not trying to avoid anybody, I'm not trying to hide from anybody. If I am stealth camping, I still don't need full cam, just muted colours will do. So I plan to make some modifications to this. The first modification I'm going to try and do is change the colour. I'm just going to do that with spray paint initially. Hopefully that will take. If it does wear off, then I'll try dyeing, but yeah. So I've just got some spray paint here. I'm going to give this bag a good clean before I spray it, and then hopefully that colour will take. And this is just a very, oh, this is black. I thought I bought dark grey. So I'm going to spray paint this. I'm going to spray paint the side pouches just in black. I'm going to try and cover these up so that all the strapping is still green, so black and green it will be. Next modification I want to make is on the front here. So I'm going to weave a cargo net to go in here. I like having a single pouch, and I'm quite happy for various bits of kit to go into their own pouches. So cooking kit, first aid kit, all of this stuff just to go in here in their own separate pouches. Things like waterproof jackets, I just want to be able to stow those on the outside. You need quick access to them if they're going to rain. So I'm going to make a cargo net. I'm going to weave a cargo net to attach to these molly loops, just to put like a bag on the back of this so that I can just throw in the jumpers, any wet weather kit, you know, a rain jacket, rain trousers, just store them on the outside. They don't need to go on the inside. So yeah, so this is going to be the kit, and what I'm going to do now is sign off for now, and I'll come back once I've started working on it. So the first thing I'm probably going to do this weekend is give this a good clean between now and the weekend, and then get it sprayed, dried and sprayed over the weekend and see how that takes. And then I'll probably start weaving the cargo net as well at some point over the next couple of days. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how it looks once it's finished. I've set up a little bit of a jig here between these two walking poles. So this is going to be the top edge of the cargo net. There'll be two of these. I'm going to start weaving using the paracord. So the paracord itself, I need it to be sort of twice the length of the bag, because it's going to go down and then come back up. So it doesn't need to be massively accurate. I'm literally going to go one length, 2 lengths, so that's 2 lengths. Give myself maybe a little bit extra because obviously it's going to be zigzag down, and I can always stop weaving once I get to a set length. I can't, it's going to be a bit more difficult to add it on, so I'm going to go for that sort of length. I'm going to hang these from the top there. I need to double that. I'm going to hang these from the top here and then start weaving them. I want it quite a tight knit mesh. I want it small enough so a dog's ball doesn't fall through the hole. Okay, so I'm probably going to go every 2 fingers along there. So I'll get these cut and then I'll come back when I've got something set up here. All I've done with the paracord is just folded it in half. Make sure they're more or less the same length, and then at this end create a loop which I've passed around the back and then brought the rest of the cord through the loop, tightened it up, giving myself 2 finger width just there like that. So the next step now is to go down each one of these strands and just tie each section together like that, and then these 2 will tie together like that, and then these 2 like that, and so on all the way down on all of the lengths until I've got my net. On either end I will have one piece of cord that won't be woven into the mesh, but these will be woven into the molly loops on the bag. So these are what will actually hold it onto the bag once it's complete. When I get to the end of all of these, I've got another piece of cord, another bit of this, whatever this 5mm cord is, and I'll make the other side of the bag with that, and then bring the 2 sides up and mesh them together. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days since I pulled the bag out and explained what I wanted to do. I have coloured it now, I've sprayed it up. I'm actually quite pleased with the way it's taken the colour. I masked off the molly straps, the handles, before I sprayed it because I wanted to keep the colour on those. I haven't been too mad, you know, you can see a little bit of paint there and all the rest of it. But actually it's hidden the cam colour quite well. It is still coming through a little bit. I don't know whether you can see that. Actually no, you can't really see it that much on there. But on the back, can you see it on the back? Yeah, you can see a bit more on the back cover there. But yeah, it's a little bit coarse. You can still feel the paint's a little bit, you know, plastic. So I'll see how this holds up over the coming year. I'm not spraying. I'm not going to spray the inside of this. So this is the cover for the straps on the back there. And I'm more than happy to leave them as they are. Yeah, more than happy for that to remain like that. I don't want all these sprayed up and the back padding to start soaking up the paint, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with the way that's come out. The cargo net's actually coming on okay. I'm just spending, you know, a couple of minutes on it every now and then. Just go down, do a line or 2. So I just thought I'd show you how I'm actually doing it. I'm sort of halfway across this line at the moment. I'm at this point here. So I'm taking my cross strands. This one is coming over the top of that one, so I want to go under this one. Likewise, that one's going under there, so I want it to come over on this cross. So I just throw that bit over to one side. This is just some elasticated sort of fabric type stuff that I got, and I'll just cut a small section of that off like that, and then tie a knot. And then what I'm going to do is just wrap this round a few times. I mean, I'm only using this elasticated stuff because I actually ordered it as elasticated bungee, but it's it's so flimsy that it really wasn't good for what I wanted. So it's just been lying there doing nothing. But I would have just used cotton if I didn't have this, just black thread. Oh. And then once I've got it wrapped around a few times, I'm just going to tie it off like that. Time for an update then. So the old Combat Handbag has had some work done to it, recoloured it, which I'm really quite pleased with. It feels a little bit stiff because obviously it's had paint on it, so that'll take a while to soften up again. The cargo net fixed on the front now, ready to be trimmed up. I might just leave it actually, it's doing the job it's supposed to do. Throw my waterproofs in there, anything that I need to get into, you know, as I'm moving around, rather than once I've stopped or when I'm planning to stop. Like I say, things like my waterproof. But yeah, it's come out okay. I should probably take it out this weekend and give it a run. So these are the mods I've made to this Bergan. I've put a card. First of all, I changed the colour. All I did for that was just spray paint it with black paint. Some of the pattern is still coming through, but for most of it, it's covered in. I did the same with the side pouches. They were a little bit too green, but I've left all the tags and that as much as I could. I've made this cargo net, so I can just throw stuff in there, close it up with the toggle there, just to keep things safe. So that keeps stuff on the outside of the bag. Now the bag at the moment is in what I like to call civilian mode. So the side pouches are actually fitted top and bottom. Now we can do that because we've got straps there, but there's also the clips. Now these clips normally allow you to fix the rocket pouches to the side of the bag, which I'm going to do in just a second. But what I've done is I'm clipping them on the top and the bottom like that, and then take the two compression straps, clip them on as well. The compression straps are passed through the mollies, tighten it down, and then what we've got is a Bergan that's got much more of a civilian or a hiking look to it. I've also put a couple of chest straps on there as well, just to help keep it all in the front. So now I'm more than comfortable that I can walk through, you know, a town centre or through sort of like a housing estate, and it doesn't look particularly out of place. It just looks like any other rucksack. So this is the pack with no side pouches on. So this is now just a 60 litre bag. Be used with probably in the summer when I'm not carrying so much gear. So if I want to compress this more, so at the moment this is still like quite a big bag, but if I want to use it just as a day pack, I can compress it a bit more by zipping these halves together. So let's just do that now. A bit stiff. Keep it there. Same on this side. So there we have a much more compact bag, just for, as I say, day use. Clip. And the same on the other side. I think the thing I really like about this is how robust it is. I don't worry that this is actually going to get damaged the way I'm throwing it around. And if I'm pushing my way through brambles like this, I'm not worried that if it snags, I'm suddenly going to tear the nylon on a 150 pound pack or whatever. just so versatile, as you've seen. Absolutely bomb-proof. Well, it has to be if they're going to give it squaddies. There we go, and that's it in full military config. Obviously barbonet. So that's the other arms Bergan. Those are the mods I've made to it. Obviously you're watching the video, so you've already seen how I did those mods, how I'm woven the net and so on. Thanks for watching, subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next one.